Alright, so today I got a couple of different things going on in the video. Main thing I want to talk to you guys about is this landscape blade that bushranger has sent me. Loving it so far, but I want to show you guys how it works and why I love it, and then just a couple of odd jobs around the yard.
What up?
You did it, boy. Alright, so today's video, yes, I'm going to show you this landscape blade, so let's grab it out. As you can see, we got a trampoline. Luckily, I got a square one, so I can fit it up the side. It's so bad, isn't it? When the boys aren't using it. Just so it doesn't kill any grass. Not that it will kill it, it'll just, you know. Anyway, don't matter. Let's get this landscape blade out of the shed. Right, so here it is here. So this is a bushranger unit. They've got a bushranger head here. What's the model number? The MT262, MT262. Wow, I'm heaps good with bottle numbers, as you can tell. But yeah, it's here, so it's a multi-tool attachment. So I've now got a blade edger and this landscape blade and a whippersnipper for it. And as you guys saw a couple of weeks ago, that rotary hoe attachment as well, or cultivator, whatever you want to call it. But this thing is the bee's knees, like seriously, love it, great. So I'm not really whippersnipping around the edges now. I'm using this because the job that it does is just so, like seriously, so much better. You know when you're going around your edges with a whippersnipper, when you're cutting a shortcut turf like this and the edges go a little bit yellow because it tears the grass blades, well this thing does not do that at all because it basically works like scissors. So they call them rotary scissors over in the States as well. So many different names for it, landscape blade. But yeah, I got that one from bushranger here in Australia. So let's start her up and give it a go. Alright, so just gonna give this a quick grease up. Good to do this pretty much every time before you start the bad boy up. I've only got one grease nipple here, so I do need to get another one. But yeah, just swap it over and I do it. But give her a couple of pumps in there, boy. Couple of greasy greases. Just so you know, you don't let it dry out and then it's not going to run for you, because it dried out the other day when I was using it and yeah, it just wouldn't spin. Grease me up before you go. Thanks, Baba. Tough, Mum. Thank you. Okay, so just at the front now. So the other day when I mowed the lawn, I left a couple of spots so I could do this video, so you could see the difference, but you can see it's a bit longer up through here because that's where the real mower misses. All these leaves are coming off this tree. No, autumn's here. But yeah, a bit longer through here, which is what I'd normally do with the whippersnipper, but now I'm doing it with the landscape blade, and it's also a bit longer up against the house here. It's also a bit dry just there, whoops. And then a bit longer here. So let's run through those areas and let me show you how easily it cuts through all of that. So awesome, man, because with these real mowers, I use, especially since I used the big Toro Greensmaster the other day, which doesn't get up against the edges, that thing is great, and it won't scalp you up. Right, let me show you, let's start it up. Right, so as you can see, that did a really, really good job. Gotta be careful it doesn't grab sometimes. But one thing I do love about that is it doesn't flick grass back onto your legs. Look at this. Crispy, clean. Look at that. It's done quite a tidy job. Very tidy job. You see I dug a little bit deep just here. But mate, look at that, no scalping. Nice crisp cut like you're cutting with scissors basically. Loving this thing, seriously, loving this thing. You just got to make sure you lubricate it before you actually use it and put some grease in it as well. But mate, it's awesome. So obviously I love this product. I haven't had enough time with it to get any cons about it yet. I mean, the one thing would be, I guess you have to keep the maintenance up to it, so you need to grease it and make sure that you lube the blades as well. Just use some WD-40 because it does get a little bit tight sometimes if you don't put some lubricant on the blades when you first start it up. So that's probably one of the only cons I'd say. Oh, and if you catch it on something, it can dig into your turf a little bit. So you just gotta be a bit more careful with it. But same with the whippersnipper, it'll do the same thing to you. as well. But yeah, loving this landscape blade. So shout out to Bushranger for sending it to me. Yeah, really appreciate it. I've been looking for one for ages because I've seen a lot of the guys in the States, good old Johnny Ware, and Mr. Michael, Real Low Dad, using it, and I thought, man, I want to get myself one of those for this shortcut turf, and it is awesome. Seriously, so good. Alright, so at the back now, I just wanted to show you guys how that Lawn Weeder Plus, which had the Bentazone, MCPA and dicamba in it, worked on the ryegrass. How it has killed the weeds like it has absolutely belted them. So, if we look around, I'll find some weeds for you. There's not many left though, most of them got mowed up last mow I did. But here is a little bit of capeweed here, and then it has absolutely decimated that bad boy. It's gone really yellow, as you can see. Which is basically what we want, so that's not going to come back. That plant's killed. That was a bit more of a mature plant, that's why it's taken a bit more. But I've got quite a bit of nutgrass around the place as well, and it has actually knocked it really hard, so I'm very impressed with that. That'd be the Bentazone that's done it. But look at that. It has absolutely smashed it. So just normal dicamba and MCPA will not do that to your sedges. But that has done a really good job. So I might have to do a follow-up application. I'll use some sedge hammer on a follow-up application. I won't use that product again because I'm not going to be trying to kill any other broadleaf in here. So I'll use a different active and knock it again, which I'll probably do about 21 days after I did that original application, because it does take at least 7 to 10 days for that nutgrass to turn colour, which today is day 7. So it's worked out pretty well. So I'll give it another week, another 2 weeks. 2 weeks, if you get our maths right. And yeah, but it might be dead, who knows, we'll find out in the next couple of weeks. But I'm really impressed with that. Didn't do any damage to the new seed because I did that half rate. So that's a tip for you. If you have recently seeded your lawn and you've done a few mows, you should be fine to put down a herbicide at half rate, I recommend, if you can, and then do a follow-up application if stuff survives. About, with a broadleaf killer, I'll probably go about 10 days afterwards if you haven't seen any kill. But yeah, yard's looking good. Looking so good. Last thing I just want to talk about today is I'm going to show you guys how the green is going. Nothing's germinated yet. It's only been 5 days. Well, in saying that, I saw a tiny little bit of ryegrass out the front, but you would not be able to see it on camera. But we're about to get some freezing temps coming in. We've got a cold snap coming in next week, so we're getting about 10 degrees as the max temp, and we're even getting down below 0 for the next little while. So, man, it's going to be freezing, and we've got a lot of rain predicted. So I do not want this green to get washed out, especially that bent grass, because that bent grass is expensive stuff. I think for a kilo, you're looking anywhere from like 70 to 100 bucks, depending on the cultivar. Could be even more. So yes, I don't want to wash. So what I'm going to do is one of these little heat mats. So we used to use these on the golf course when you got some greens that have some very sad looking spots when the weather starts to cool off. So you want them to repair. So they're basically going to help, like sort of like a little bit of a greenhouse effect. So you put it over the area you want to repair, peg it into the ground with some pegs, pretty straightforward, just wherever you want, because the fabric's quite, you know, it's pretty plasticky thin stuff, so you can just smack right through it. But yeah, you place it over the area and basically it's going to retain some heat in there, which is what we want because the temps are cooling so much and we still want germination. So I'm only going to do this on the section that's the bent. The ryegrass doesn't worry me too much because I can get ryegrass for a lot cheaper than bent grass. And you know, the bent grass is the main piece of this green here as well. So I'm going to put this down now. So I'm hoping when we get some heavy rain, we're supposed to get 40 mil tomorrow. So it's going to be very heavy rain. I'm really hoping that this is going to stop the wash of the seed. That is all done, as you can see. Looks pretty good. Definitely going to get some heat in that. So as I said, we used to use on the golf course. Ground under repair. So if you guys have any spots in winter that maybe you want to get to repair, maybe not a bad idea. But seriously, the reason I'm doing it today though, well, one, because of the heat, to keep some heat in it, because we're getting temps that are dropping like crazy, and two, massive rainstorm coming through. I don't want that seed to wash. So this should help at least a bit. Might not be 100% great. I'll show you guys in the coming days, but I think it should definitely make a difference. While I'm out the front here as well, weeds, it's weird, man. They're basically all gone. There was heaps on this front section here, and they've been like smashed. There's like nothing left. Absolutely ridiculous. So definitely worked really well, which I'm happy with. But anyway, thanks guys so much for watching, really appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. Keen to see how that little Mac goes over there. I think it'll be awesome, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hope we get this rain though, because we need it here in Orange. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video in the coming days. It's supposed to rain every day between here and there, so I don't know what Saturday's video is going to be, but you'll find out. Anyway, see you guys later. Ta. No, don't run away with it. Oi.
I'll get it.
GG. Thank you.